Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, class. This is Professor Coyote. Welcome you back to our Let's Play of Civilization 6, our American campaign, now under the wartime leadership of Teddy Roosevelt. Now, this is going to be a little bit odd today because it looks like Audacity ate the initial audio track of this, so I'm going to try to catch up with what we've got. If you remember our last episode, we did just start our war with Russia, and you can see here, we've got our forces allied around Novgorod. We're just quickly checking here, showing that Hong Kong is on our side. Amsterdam is only against Hong Kong, and apparently Russia had another city-state we don't know about. Now, as you can see here, we do have our great general, Genghis Khan, here. He's got some healing around him as a passive ability, and if we ever decide to get rid of him, he gives an automatic promotion to one of our forces. But we're not doing that, because it's Genghis Khan. And, you know, everyone gets a little bit Genghis Khan. That just means he doesn't want you to get it on with no one else but me, right? Yeah, I was kind of botching that joke, but I knew it had to happen eventually. Alright, so Germany had added a new settlement, Heidelberg. As you can see, as we slide around, it's right there in the middle, right near between St. Louis and Valencia. As you go on here, we've got our forces that are coming up, starting to challenge against Novgorod. Now, as you notice here, Novgorod, they're kind of a bit silly because Russia didn't put any walls around it. So this battle's probably going to go pretty quickly. Even though we don't have all of our forces down, we should be able to take this city at least without any problem. And you'll also notice that we've got an envoy coming up, which once we get this war period going, we'll take care of. Our forces up here. The pathing on this is a little bit goofy because we've got the Hong Kong forces, which no, we don't want to declare a war on Hong Kong. The Hong Kong forces are kind of in the way. They're just there essentially to take any attack any of their troops, not the actual city, because being city-state, they won't be able to actually hold any of those cities. And we're checking our domination here. Barbaros is at 175, and Peter the Great is only at 73. He had some of those, yeah, as you can see there, chariots around. And we're just looking for St. Petersburg. We've kind of basically convinced it's right there now. So we're probably going to move into that as soon as we're done with Novgorod. And we've got our settler right here, which we actually found, the city of Baltimore. They're on a coast there. I think it's appropriate. Got some cotton around it, coffee, rice. It's actually primed to be pretty good once it gets over its initial production hiccups for being a new city. So we're building a builder there. It'll take about 36 turns, but hopefully the population will pop up to it pretty soon. And this is just me looking around here. There's a Tusa there, which is in blue. So we're not worried about them attacking Baltimore. Ordinarily be in a bad situation, but we do have Hong Kong pretty strong, so they back up anything going towards that area. So now we got the envoy, which we're checking here. We're trying to make our decision. Yeah, I think doing Hong Kong, because that solidifies the 6, and now puts us definitely 2 up on at least Russia for influence. We get that +2 production in industrial zones, so we probably need to actually start building some industrial zones. But hey, this is still nifty. Right. Just checking here. And clearing out on that. Before we head to this next turn, which... There we go. And mostly it's just running around. Novgorod's not happy. They're kind of on fire. But that's kind of expected.
We have uncovered a way to increase our farming output. To tap into this potential, I suggest we try to maintain 2 adjacent farms to each plot of farmland.
So basically, that's our feudalism, where we have to have our cities have a...
Betwixt the stirrup and the ground, mercy I asked, mercy I found. In democracy, it's your vote that counts. In feudalism, it's your count that votes.
So we're going to go up the civic tree now that we finished feudalism. We're just checking a couple things here, see if there's any policies we want to change. I think we're swapping out from the great general to the great scientist since we already have Genghis Khan. We're thinking about, no, probably keeping that our government type. And we're not really changing any other policies because right now we do just production, and at least right now we've got the defense going. Meanwhile, you can hear in the background the Russian folk song that most people know now as the Tetris theme, which I think is really appropriate, being that we're fighting Russia right now. So yeah, we swapped over to raid because we are actually in a war. Although I don't think we are going to be actually doing much by way of raiding. Because the problem with that is, if you take that city, you'll have to end up rebuilding it all. All right, so we go up the tech tree here. We're fully into into medieval now. So we're thinking of going that we just finished being able to do knights. And so we're going to go with the military tactics because that only does 5 turns. So we'll be able to hit that and then probably go into the crossbowmen later. Now here they keep begging us for naval tradition, but we're thinking of actually, if you can see here, probably end up doing the divine right because monarchy gives you the 3 military and the 1-1-1. So we're more than likely going to upgrade that from oligarchy. So we pick divine right here, eventually. But we get mercenaries and medieval affairs, and I'll go over some of these when we go for the next civic tree. So, yeah, mostly it's just, now the interesting thing about the Great General is they're there just mostly to provide that halo. They don't attack, they do have HP, so they can be attacked, but they don't generally attack on their own. Mostly you just leave that to the active troops. As those swordsmen do a nice chunk and they can get a promotion. And move those swordsmen up. And then I made a joke there about how friendship had expired with Barbarossa, but we're already allied, so we don't even really worry about that yet. The archers do a bombardment. We move up the great Genghis Khan. We got the swordsmen going in. Just right for new horses. And with that, we're moving up the rest, so we can actually start the bombardment of St. Petersburg almost immediately as soon as we're done with Novgorod. And that'll put us at 2 capitals conquered, which we might not end up with a domination victory purely because we're allied to Barbarossa and we have to actually take them over in order to get the full domination. So it might just end up being a score victory, but then again, we're already about 150 turns in. So. And as we figured, we lost our scout in there. So we're gonna have to build another scout pretty soon after all this is over. And just checking Peter's issues there. Hong Kong does its shuffle. Decide that might as well give these guys a promotion due to the fact that they just kind of need the healing anyway, and we can also name them. Maybe do a bit. And we get the decisive victory with this swordsman group taking Novgorod for us because yeah, we deserve it. Russia done. Pissed us off apparently by existing, so. So now it's the decision here whether we go on to St. Petersburg or not. And as you can see here, we already start making that decision that, yeah, might as well. They've already lost 1 city. That gets us more points, so we might as well just keep going on to St. Petersburg. Now, we do have to go around Amsterdam because they are, not only are they still allied with Russia, but going through them would make us declare war on the city-state, and that's not a good idea. So what we're trying here first is we're trying to get those remaining troops that are still on the sea to land there while we move everything up. So this war is going to take a little bit longer, mostly due to the fact that we've got the 2 cities to conquer, and one of them is quite a bit far away. In fact, probably like almost 10 turns before we even get to the outskirts of St. Petersburg with most of our force. Yeah, okay, so we're looking for that unit to promote. Nope, we don't want to delete that. Where is that unit that we need to promote? I thought it was the archers. No, not the archers? Oh, we do find out later it is the archers, I believe. But we decide, yeah, you might as well keep the city. We'll rename it later. We might even keep it Malgorod, or I might actually rename it Anchorage now that I think about it. So we'll figure that out later, and we need to just start making the plans. Because we didn't actually raise anything or loot it, it's mostly just actually deciding what to build from there. So we decide, might as well do a knight. We've got... No, that's right, we decided against the knight. We might as well do what Russia could not and build ancient walls. Now we do need to do a knight at some point. We have 2 different city-states that want us to produce a knight. So we go from there. And make a watermill in Philadelphia, because they're starting to really speed up their production. You can see here, we've got almost 2 cogs in every production area. So that really makes Philadelphia is probably going to be our major industrial hub, due to the fact they've got so much production. There, it's just mostly taking a turn and watching the world go by. And as you can see here, Peter is only down to 72, so most of their strength was in all of those chariots running around. And we've got a barbarian scout, and we can rename these swordsmen. So we decided to rename the swordsmen. I did promise that we would do it. Continuing with our Portland band tradition, we end up naming them the Decemberists. So we now have the Dandy Warhols and the Decemberists as our major forces. We'll get to others as soon as they get enough promotions. I just gotta look some up. But, you know, I'm a total nerd and a proud Oregonian, so that's what we're doing from there. All right, so the last few minutes here are just largely getting things set up. With Amsterdam being there, it's kind of a chokehold. So we're going to have to try and figure out from there. And we've got that group in Boston set up. So we just got to figure out where we're going to go. Probably for that silk merchant. And, yeah. Then we got a production that's coming up, I believe. Yeah, we make our plan here. That, as you can see there, St. Petersburg does have walls and a district for encampment, so that's going to be a little bit tougher. The good thing we have that battering ram. And from there, we're going to put a pin in. It was a short episode. I had something that unfortunately I had to take care of at the end of this episode. But we did conquer Novgorod, which is a great, an extra city in our favor. I think that puts us up to a total of 6 or 7 cities. We could almost win just by doing that. Alright, so we're looking around here, and we need to figure out where to do our production. And I believe it's in Washington and Boston. So we'll get to those next episode. Just mostly looking around here. Like I said, it's a short episode, and that's actually where we're leaving it largely. So I hope you have a very excellent rest of your day. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this series, like I say in the description, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. And I hope that you do definitely enjoy, now that we've kindly got our visuals cleaned up, that you can actually see it. Like, you can actually see the words now. So with that, I hope you all have, like I said, a really great day. I hope that you have a safe winter out there in the Northern Hemisphere. Yeah, this is just me mostly dragging around. We'll get right to the continuation of the Russian-American War next episode. And with that, class is going to be dismissed. Have a good one, everybody. Have a great weekend.